Good evening to you all, the great people of Africa. My apologies due to the technical problem we're having in the studio. Greetings to you once again. Today, I will be diving on the critical challenges that we are facing in Africa. And those challenges are the things that has been keeping us down. We are not able to do anything productive, to be innovative in Africa due to these challenges that I'm going to mention to you right now. I am going to mention these challenges categorically, and I will give you the full analysis of these challenges, how we are going to solve it, if you will listen. Number one problem we had was the colonial. They came uninvited. They exploited us. They did a lot to us. But that is by the way. Because those are the things of the past. But I am here to tell you tonight that those challenges we are facing in Africa are the things that we undermine. Number one problem in Africa is religion. Religion. Because I remember those people who call themselves the Christians. When Christ came, I've gone through the Bible. There is no place where God or Christ said that we must champion religion. Or when Christ came to earth, he never preached any religion. He did the work of his Father. But when the colonials came, they came with religion. Just to keep me and you busy. While they're busy exploiting you. The religion, when you look around Africa, Africa is one of the countries or the continent where there is a lot of churches. Where there is a lot of mosques. Where there is a lot of temples. But still in Africa, every evil thing that is happening all over the world, the worst of them is happening here in Africa. Is that because we are called black people? Black is evil. That's what I told you. Everything that is black is evil. Black cat is evil. When you look at yourself, you find yourself to be evil. Therefore, you have to do what is evil in order to survive. But I'm going to tell you tonight that black is beautiful. Black is beautiful. We are the originals. That's why when you go out to the sun, you're not going to get burnt. But churches and religion are working together, including the Islam, the temple. That is why you will see people who speak the same language. You only to find out that this one is going to the temple, this one is going to the church, this one is a Muslim, but they speak the same language. And at the end of the day, the one from Muslim will say to the other one, we are not the same. Religion. He will tell you, we are not the same. Because we don't belong from the same religion. I can get married to you because you are not a Muslim. I can get married to you because you are not a Christian. Then our pastors, the pastors are exploiting the church members, lying to them using the book of the law, lying to them using the Bible. The same thing the colonials did to us, are the same thing the pastors are doing to the church members, are the same thing the president or the leaders are doing to their followers. Everything they do to you was through manipulation. They manipulated you into agreeing to be handed your history over to you. They destroyed your original history. They destroyed the original system of education that we had in Africa. Our system of education is very bad. That's why you study for 17 years, you come out, you look for a job forever. Mostly in sub-Saharan Africa, where there is no democracy, where there is no freedom of speech, where they practice anarchy. We pray a lot in Africa. Because when I was growing up, I used to believe that the pastors are like an angel. Only to find out that these people are like a devil in human form. Fraudsters. All they do is just to exploit you, steal from you, lie to you. But you that is the member to that church or to that temple, to whatever it is, you are also a fraudster. Why would you pay money for someone to pray for you? You don't pay money for someone to pray for you. Who gave him the right to take money from you to pray for you? And they're lying to you, you're depending on them, hoping that one someday the miracle will happen. And you're still praying for yourself. If I may ask you, which prayer do you think that God answered? When you get a little bit of miracle, you believe the pastor did it. But that's not the reason why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is that they use churches to keep me and you busy. And we've been busy going from one church to another. And they are busy exploiting us. But I can tell you tonight, our problem are many things that we are undermining. We are still having technical glitch. Apologies for that. So, I have to hurry up because of the technical glitch we're having. And then number two, our system of education is very bad. Why do I say that our system of education is very bad? If it is not bad, how can you study for 17 years? But you won't be able to produce even a pin. You studied for 17 years, but you were not able to produce a vaccine. Tell me, just use your brain, people of Africa. Use your brain. They keep exploiting you in many ways. Our system of education, it has only the history that was handed over to you. So-called archaeological studies, conspiracy theories. Even now conspiracy theories, it has gone to the extent that the factual data are becoming muddy. People are confused. People are confused because they didn't get the right education. Sometimes I ask myself, why is it necessary that we must go to school? And I still find it that it is necessary. That even if you don't go to school, you must go to from primary school to high school. Spending so many years in being educated without being innovative. The countries are producing their vaccine. We are just interested in going to buy and purchase the vaccine. When is it going to be our African people? When is it going to be us that will produce vaccine that our colonials will come to buy from us? When is it going to be? It will never be if you don't change the way you are thinking. If you don't change your approach. If you don't understand the rule of engagement. The same rule of engagement that you don't understand. That's why you are educated. The pastors are exploiting you. All our problems are connected to one another. They exploit you. They tell you the Bible say. Even though you have the Bible in your hand, you don't care to go into it and look for the truth. Because even the truth of Africa is buried in that book called Bible. There's so many of you don't understand because you undermine Bible, thinking that the colonials come with the Bible. That's why I said the conspiracy theories is making the factual data muddy. That's very bad. People are confused. Number 3 is politics. Politics. I am so mad about politics in our leadership. When they gave you your independence, it was an agreement. They signed an agreement with you, with your representative, with your sellout, called your leaders. They took part in writing your constitution. The constitution that you are using in your country is also in favor of your colonials. That is called neo-colonialism. That's why they took part in writing your constitution. I haven't heard any African country that will say that this constitution is not doing us any good anymore. We need to rewrite our constitution. No, because you are still in the shackle of the bondage of the colonial. And you will never come out until you change the way you reason. That's why in Africa a lot of corruptions. And there is something I've been following, and I observed that in every country where there is a lot of corruption, or where there is a bad governance, a bad leadership, there is always a lot of corruption there. Because the leader is corrupt. The followers ought to be corrupt. It is only in Africa that we emulate evil. We emulate evil, but we can never emulate something good that people are doing. It is in Africa that when they hear that the Bible is going to be changed tonight, many of them will agree with it. That is an example. Many of you will agree to it. It is in Africa that the countries will say that a man must marry a man. Many of African countries agreed to it. You agree to nonchalant things that are not going to do you any good. I am not homophobic, but the truth must be told. If you marry a man, how are you going to be productive? If you marry a woman, how is she going to be productive? Or if a man marry a man, how are they going to be productive? Maybe you will go to do a donor or whatever it is called, and you believe that you are doing good. We Africans will believe in our genetic, will believe in our lineage. The fact that you killed your lineage and you went and borrowed a seed from another person to call yourself African. You call yourself a man, or you say that being homosexual is good because it doesn't stop you from having a kid. Because you went and borrowed a child. It is not your blood. Everything evil, we accept it in Africa so quick from our colonials, from the first world countries. But to produce vaccine for the whole world, we didn't even try. Our traditional healers are neglected. Our traditional healers are neglected. Because we don't know how to champion our own. We don't believe in what we have. We don't have confidence in our skin color. And when your leader does something wrong, it affects the whole country. When a leader is corrupt, it affects the whole country. So, almost all the African leaders are corrupt. Some of them are wicked. Very wicked, because corruption is wickedness. So all of them are wicked, but some of them are evil. That's why in sub-Saharan Africa, in Nigeria, there was a protest. The youth were protesting, and they were shot like animals. I don't hear many people talking about that. Because you are made to hate one another. You are made to be selfish. Your skin color is all about selfishness. Because they decided to tie your confidence. They decided to tie your skin color to evil. Therefore, you must do evil to survive. But I can tell you tonight that black is beautiful. Every country where the leaders are corrupt, there is so many corruptions, dangerous ones. There is so many insecurity. Always in every country where the leaders are corrupt. That is politics. If the president is corrupt, if the president is stealing the money, why wouldn't I steal my own? That's what you tell yourself. We blame each other for the mistake that we all committed, one way or the other. Politics is not good for Africa. Because the same politics is governing your constitution. All we have in Africa are so many evil presidents. Because all they care about is to represent themselves, to represent their family, to represent their pocket. They don't give a damn about you. Sometimes when you believe they don't give a damn about you, the only solution is to do crime. And when the same president who is exploiting you, exploiting your country, catch you doing crime, some of them might kill you. Some of them might take you to jail. Because you are not qualified to do a crime. It is only the leaders that are qualified to steal from the country or to do a crime. Bad leadership. What is it going to take all of African continent to come together when coronavirus surfaced and seek for their own solution? The only thing you're busy doing is to celebrate Christmas, celebrate Valentine's, celebrate Easter, when you don't even know what is the meaning of what you're celebrating. You are busy celebrating these things. That's why when you work 365 days in a year, or maybe 317 or 11 days in a year, and you get paid for 12 times, at the end of the 12th payment, Christmas, only that Christmas is the initiative to bring, or the agenda to bring everything that you have worked for 365 days back to where it came from, through liquor, alcohol. Some of you might lose your life, not only lose your money. And in January you start afresh. So many crime will be increasing. Politics is in our constitution. And the only reason why there is still neo-colonialism in Africa. Number one, our leaders, the leaders of Africa, most of them are the ones who experienced colonization. They are very old that they only think like the colonials. They understand that the only way to get a black man to respect you is when you kill them. When you deprive them of freedom of speech. When you deprive them of democracy. And they're treating you the way the colonials were treating you. Because right now I don't even know who is worse. Is it our leaders in Africa or was it the colonials back then? Because our leaders are doing the same. Wherever there is a bad governance, there is a lot of crime. Therefore, the only solution to African problem is the youth. A revolution. First of all, African countries need to rewrite their constitution. Every constitution in Africa needs to be rewritten. If we don't change our constitution, we will never be free from the shackle of neocolonialism. Because the constitution is modified, is designed to champion the agenda of neocolonialism. One person will be fooling 100 million people in Africa, only in Africa. One person called a president will be fooling 100 million people. In some certain countries, when you talk, you disappear. In sub-Saharan, because you don't have a voice and you don't have a right to speak to your master, because our government is like our master. They're not representing you. They are exploiting you. When you speak, you're going down. The same ways of the colonials. So how is Africa going to be good when we have these challenges? A very critical challenges. We are fast to accept evil, but we are not fast to innovate good things. How can Africa become a better place when you don't support your own? When a black man manufactures something, if they do, okay, let me say when a black man produces a food, you will say that the packaging is not good because it was done by a black man, or you will tell yourself that this might not be clean because it's coming from your counterpart. But you are fully aware that what a black man is giving you is organic food, which is more healthier than the chemical that you're eating in the name of food. Why is Africa importing food? Why are we importing food? We have a fertile land. Why are we importing food? We are organic people. Let me ask you a question. When you eat imported meat, which was preserved with a chemical. And when you eat a fresh meat from your counterpart, which one is going to nourish your body better? Obviously, the organic food. In Africa, we used to have a lifespan of up to 150 years. But right now, our lifespan in Africa is on a glitch at the age of 60. Do you know why? Because of the tin food, because of the tin food that you are eating, preserved with a chemical. Because of the imported food that you are eating. That's why your lifespan has reduced to 60. That's why you are suffering from cancer. We didn't know those things in Africa. We don't promote our own. And when you call your home a home, people will see it as a home. When you call your home a bush, people will see it as a bush. We have been calling ourselves an animal. We have been calling ourselves a fraud. That's why you will not be able to support your counterpart in business. Solution is revolution. Solution, the Constitution must be rewritten. Solution, you all youth of all African countries need to ask your government who sponsors their elections or who sponsors their campaign. It could be China. It could be the colonials. It could be whoever. And then your president is going to be a puppet in the hand of this person. To the extent they wouldn't be having a choice other than to loot or to steal. To steal from you and me. Because he knows there is nothing much he can do. Because he's like a TV being controlled by a remote. That's what most of our political leaders are. And some of them are just naturally wicked. Remove politics in our leadership. Solution to our problem. Remove politics remove politics from our leadership. Our constitution must be rewritten. Those clauses that favors the colonials, those clauses that favors the neo-colonialism must be removed. That is when you will know. The day you will talk about rewriting your constitution, that's when you will know that you are still under the shackle of neo-colonialism. African countries need fresh mind, not colonial mind. Those old men are having colonial mentality. They are self-centered. Meanwhile, the colonials are doing that for their generation. They pay the sacrifice to die for their generation. You African leaders, you African parents, in this era, you can make your children die for you because you love life more than your children. This is what is happening in Africa. Back in the days, a parent would choose to die for their kids. That's why when you place a president there, he becomes supreme. That is supreme, that no one will be able to speak to him. Because our leaders, our so-called leaders, our parents are acting like children. That is not African culture. That is not African lifestyle. But it is happening. You might think I'm talking nonsense right now because it includes you. You might be getting frustrated right now, but the truth must be told for a change to occur. And there must be a change in Africa. The day the youth of Africa, I call the youth of Africa the sleeping lion, the day they are going to wake up. All those so-called leaders, they are going to be running for their lives. They will be running for their lives. We have done a lot of talking. It is time to start action. There must be a change in Africa, whether these current leaders, they love it or not, or whether the colonials, they want it or not. There must be a change. And the change must start from you. It must start with you. Because charity begins at home. Many people who spoke the truth back in the days, they were killed because they don't want you to know the truth. That's why when your truth appeared in your education system, they call it a legendary story, or they call it a mythical story. But when their well-planned history, placed in archaeological studies, when it appears, it becomes the authentic history of me and you. Why would the colonials tell you the history of you? Does that make sense to you? Because they did the ethnic cleansing. They modified you. They broke you into something else. That is the reason why we don't want every person who is more than 60 years old to be the leader in Africa. Because they still have the mind of the colonials. The way African people are wicked, the fastest way to bring change in Africa is to write in a constitution that every leader who climb that chair of leadership and they embezzle money, they must be killed by hanging. That is the language our people hear. That is the language. Let us change the initiative of the colonial. We have our life to live. So many of you say they brought technology. No, the technology was here. In the land of Egypt, a lot of technology was there. That's why they studied the land of Egypt. They found the power to control. That's why they're controlling you. So they never bring technology to us. We were developed. We have everything intact. Because the kingdom of Solomon that the Bible spoke about existed in Africa. Where a kingdom which there will be no kingdom that will be greater than the kingdom of Solomon. It was found in Africa. So why will you tell me that They brought civilization to you. We had civilization. That's exactly what they came to take. On the process of coming to take civilization, they found out there are a lot of things on the ground. How do they find out there is a lot of things on the ground? They're using the Bible. You need to go and read your Bible a lot. Then you will understand a lot of things that has gone wrong. And the warnings that these things are going to happen. And they are happening. This is the fulfillment of the prophecy given to us in the Bible. That's why so many of you, they made it in a way that today you will be saying that the Bible came with the colonials. Why would the Bible come with the colonials when it was written in a scroll in Egypt? Where is Egypt? Egypt is in Africa. So who took civilization to who? It's been it's been very many years when they came. They are just modifying or maintaining the civilization which they stole from Africa. So don't get yourself confused, because that is why your history is handed over to you all the time. You believe in your masters. My fellow African brothers and sisters, we need to go back to the status quo. We need to go back to the status quo. We are going back to the drawing board. Because politics champions anarchy. Where the rich will only be getting rich, you will be getting poor. Exactly the same thing that is happening in Africa. You will be exploited for how many years before you will notice that you have been exploited in your own motherland? So many African countries, people are running helter-skelter from those countries. Just because there is no livelihood anymore for them. Because the corruption of the leaders, the corruption of neocolonialism that is happening. That's why a lot of people are running away from Congo. They are like a parasite. They are cleaved unto Africa. Through our leaders. Through our constitution. And the same thing the Bible warned us about it in the book of Deuteronomy 28. It is the same thing that is happening. He said they will cleave unto us until we are destroyed. That is the destruction. Psychological manipulation. They did it to your ancestors. And the ancestors pass it on to us. It's like a curse. And we are going to pass it to our children if you don't make the change right now. And your children will be surviving. I don't want my children to be surviving. I want them to believe in. Dubai was built. It is a place where everyone want to travel to. Or so many of African people, you want to travel to Dubai. It was built by people. It was not built by God or the angels. It was built by people like me and you. People which we are stronger than. They built that place. We can do the same in our continent. We need to go back to our root. We value the paper called money more than everything. That's why when a president steals from Africa, he go and bank it in Europe, in the land of the colonials. When they go and bank it in Dubai, they go and bank it in America, in the land of the colonials. And your economy is going down because you are banking the money, bringing inflation to your economy. Because you are stealing the money and banking it in another country. Wasn't that going to be better if you steal from Sub-Saharan and you bring it to SADC? Because we know that you are definitely going to steal. It's not encouragement. I am not encouraging you to steal. But since you are addicted to stealing, when you steal it from Sub-Saharan, bring it to SADC. When a SADC person steals, they must go take it to Sub-Saharan. It is better for your money to be lost in Africa than to be lost in Europe. Because Africa is one people. A true African. A true African. We are one people. That is why it is said that unity will stand, but division will fall. That is why they came. They bring religion to separate me and you. For you to tell me that we are not the same. If we are not this, if you don't see me as the way you are, how are you gonna love me? You will never love me. You will never trust me. You always suspect me. They bring borders so that you will be striving just to go to your neighboring country. Because we value something that is called paper, money, more than the resources that we produce, more than the resources that God bless Africa with. That's why they tell you how much you're going to sell your gold, how much you're going to sell your crude. They tell you that. But when they build iPhone, they tell you how much they're going to sell it to you. No negotiation. Is that good? Is it the life we want to believe in all our lives? Pass on to generation. No. I say no to neocolonialism. I say no to bad governance. We are going to bring Africa back to its root. But I will leave it there. I will leave it here so that you will have time to go through the voice note or the broadcast. I hope you will grab something tonight. But however, good night from me to you. See you again next week.